What would happen to society if we all just collectively started wearing our hair like this?
We did back in the mid-60s, early 70s, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. See, back then we had these movements going on when we had everybody was rocking naturals and afros. You had the soul brother, soul sister, power to the people, civil rights, black power movements going on, right? But they couldn't have that. Consequently, around the same time, when we were getting this black unity, it was pride, but our pride was different than their pride. Our pride was singing, dancing, feeling good, celebrating. Their pride was the total, complete opposite. It was rather violent. Nevertheless, they were saying the biggest threat to the nation at the time was our unity. You know, around the same time of all of this unifying amongst the Afro people, this war was happening in the jungles of Asia. And a lot of our soul brothers, righteous brothers, were getting drafted and shipped overseas, put in the front lines, being slaughtered. So much so that the people that they were over there going up against realized, hey, all we fighting are black people, right? And they started dropping propaganda out of their planes and helicopters. Black man, this isn't your war. Go home. They started leaving messages written on the rocks and on stone. Black man, we don't want to fight you. You are our soul brother, right? Nevertheless, so many of us had already been slaughtered on the front lines before this even, occurred, right? So the ones who weren't slaughtered on the front lines, they were losing to psychological warfare, and others, chemical warfare. Yeah, they got hit with that. And others, biological warfare, because when we fast forward about a decade or so later, people started dying from this mysterious virus.
Man, some shit got into me over there, man. What? All I know is my blood cells all fucked up. Some nights I wake up in cold sweats and shit. Don't look at me like that, man. It ain't the hammer, ain't never did nothing to me. A lot of vets coming down with this shit, and they don't know what it is. Square beds.
You feel me? It was meant for them, but we got caught in the crossfire of that because we were sent over there on the front lines to dismantle and break up that unity in the community. Like I say, they said the biggest threat to the nation at that time was our unity, not the Cuban Missile Crisis that was going on around the same time. Not them people from over there in that union where it was cold, where it's cold at, and they march with their feet kicked high. Not over there. That wasn't the threat to the nation. Our unity. And all we was doing was making breakfast programs and feeding kids and women and infants and children. Right? Nevertheless. So anyway, while our soul brothers was over there being slaughtered in psychological warfare and chemical and biological warfare, our women and children and communities was left in the hands of the pimps, the pushers and the dealers and the gang leaders. The music went from Afro, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, to I'm that in the alley, I'm your pusher man. The Afro went to a process perm. Right. And the women started to favor the pushers and the pimps.
Hey, Cuddy.
Came by to see you a little earlier, but you went home.
Oh, I had class tonight after work, and then I stopped over by my mother.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's Saturday.
Yeah.
I see my little girl sleeping back there, huh?
Yeah. She's all played out. Cuddy, I wanted you to meet,
Look here. I got a little something for Sarah. Buy something real nice.
But Cuddy, I told you to stop spoiling her like this.
Somebody's got to do it.
Cuddy, I want you to meet Anthony.
Right? See, the brothers come home from the jungles, those who made it home, discombobulated. Others on that stuff real bad. Right? And they were being rejected by their women and disrespected by their children, because the women again was favoring the pimps and the pushers, and the children was looking up to the gang leaders. Right? So the brothers coming home addicted and afflicted, and the government telling the sister, if you let the man live with you, you gonna get evicted. Right? And so now the pimp, he want to move from a Chevy to a Seville, and he did it at the expense of our sisters. The pusher man, he want to go from a Buick to a Benz, and he did it at the expense of our brothers. And the gang leaders, they just want to wreak havoc in the communities, right? And they did it at the expense of our future. They put the choppers and the yappers and the boppers in the hand of the young brothers and told him, that's your enemy, or somebody who looked just like him, but he got a different color shoestrings in his shoes, a different color t-shirt on. That's your enemy. Go over there and wage war against him. Right? Divide and conquer. Agents of agenda of chaos and confusion were dispersed into our communities to cause division. And 3 generations later, it's still happening. See, we went from Afros, being proud of ourselves, to processed perms, to jerry curls. The sisters done burnt all of their follicle and they scalp up with the jerry curl and the process and the perm. So now they slapping the chemical synthetic weave and hair that they telling you is poisonous in your head. The brothers done lost their mind. The sisters done lost their morals. Right? The people done tricked our sisters into sacrificing life for convenience. Other neighborhoods and communities and people are allowed to thrive. You go to their neighborhoods, you see pregnant women everywhere. Not so much so in ours. And this is justified by our women. You know, my body, my choice. Rather than how about having a little sexual discipline until you're able to take care of the child. You got all your business taken care of. Now you can, but no. The brothers done lost their minds, taking each other out, and the sisters done lost their morals, taking out their own. You feel me? The brothers walking around with his booty out, the sisters walking around with their booty out. And this what happened when we stopped wearing the naturals and the afros. And the rest of the world know who we are. We over here having an identity crisis because they done sent agents of agenda over here to cause division. FBA versus African Americans. Christians versus Hebrew Israelites. Moors versus Nation of Islam. Common sense versus popular opinion. This neighborhood versus this neighborhood. North side versus south side. East Coast versus West Coast. Tupac versus Biggie, LeBron versus Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson versus Prince, Remy versus Clarissa. Pit us against each other. Red versus blue politically and in the neighborhood. Right? Maybe we should get back to wearing that natural, that afro. It gave identity. Everybody wanted one. It was Because we still, even in all of this, we still the salt of the earth. We still bring flavor to the whole world. Right? But yeah, man, they sent agents of agenda and provocateurs of chaos and confusion into our communities to cause division. They left the sisters with the pimps and the pushers and the little brothers with the gang leaders, while our righteous brothers was over there getting slaughtered. See, the image went from well-dressed brothers and sisters in suits, ties, and pretty dresses getting dog sicked on them and fire hoses sprayed on them to what you see today. Men and women with their backside showing. Everybody hating everybody, everybody against each other. A confused house divided. I know I kind of took it way over there, but if you got something from this video, please repost. Thank you for watching.